This is a prequel / origin story about Cowboy Kirb. Cowboy Kirb is, well, a cowboy. I mean, what did you expect? Are you dumb? Cowboy Kirb was born in Westwood, a town in the West, just barely in the West. He grew up with Joe and Frederick. They were good friends and played a lot together. They all trained each other and became really good at their power / skills. Cowboy Kirb's power is eating something and taking the pieces of the thing and turning them into a new thing. The first thing he ever made was a gun, made from steel after he ate a piece of a car. Why? Because he was, hungry. Which brings him into a skill, being really good at guns and eating, but that's not really a common skill. Actually, it is, it's only for Cowboy Kirb. One day, Joe hits Frederick really hard after Joe got mad about Frederick being more powerful than he was in every way possible. Frederick decided not to be friends with Joe anymore because he became really toxic. And now Cowboy Kirb had to now choose which friends to be with. He was with Joe for a while, but decided to become more close to Frederick. Cowboy Kirb had a lot of fun. He was always practicing riding the horses in the back. He even used the lasso to have even more fun as he captured anything in his sights. He and Frederick would always play cowboys and bandits, where the cowboys chased after the bandits. Sort of like cops and robbers, basically. Kirb became really good with his gun, and with his power. Whenever Frederick came close to hitting him with a sword, Kirb would always eat some dirt and make a dirt shield, which was disgusting for even him, but, was still very effective at, winning the game. Even a lot of cool items are still in the desert to this day. But over time, Kirb began to notice evil taking over Frederick. He told Joe about this, who Kirb has spoken to in a few years. Joe takes note and decides to part ways again with Cowboy Kirb. Cowboy Kirb comes back to Frederick, and Frederick tells Kirb about this cult he made, which was pretty weird to Kirb because he was gone only for a few hours. And the cult was made to protect the world by resurrecting the great. The cult name is RF, and Kirb figures out that the name has resurrecting for R, because that's, kind of obvious, but he doesn't know what F stands for. Kirb, naive at the time, decides to join the cult. He wears his Roman clothes and goes into this building. He sees hundreds of people in the cult already. They all have weapons and were talking about blocking up any critical information about the RF cult or any other info from the East. Brody talks about this era, where he controls everything and has all the power to himself. Again, Kirk could feel the darkness within him, suffocating any goodness in Frederick. It was devouring him, going through it, and would one day take over him. But that was not the day for today. Kirb knows he has to leave the cult. There's just too much evil in here, so he decides to give his clothes back to Frederick and run to the exit. Frederick gets suspicious of Kirb. Why would he just leave him? Maybe he's trying to, sabotage his plan. Cowboy Kirb leaves the building and is now Naruto running away from the cult. However, some people out of the ground just pops out of the sand like an NPC and block Cowboy Kirb like an NPC. And Cowboy Kirb loads up his gun and shoots two of the guys with his fast shooting skills. The other members shoot Kirb, and Kirb dodge rolls his whoosh and eats some metal in his pocket and makes a circular shield to protect some of the bullets from hitting him. Bang, bang. Block, block. Yeah, that's definitely what happened. He then goes near them, eats some of the dirt, and makes some brass knuckles, inspired from Dr. Mario and Brass Knuckles, the best game, and just starts punching and kicking them down like John Wick. The last few guys are left, and they shoot him at him again. One of the bullets hits Kirb, making him fall and get hit by two more bullets. Bang, bang. Kirb was in too much pain and couldn't move anymore. He had to do something, or he's toast. Disguised toast. But he was out of stamina. He decides that with his last bit of stamina to make TNT from the scrap metal nearby. He lassos them and throws the TNT at them, blowing them up. But sadly, so was Cowboy Kirb in the process. Cowboy Kirb thrown 50 feet into the air and then 100 feet away from the cult, now hitting the ground at Mach speed. Hits the ground. His back hurts, his legs hurt, his head hurts, everything hurts. He's unable to move and feel his body and emotions. Feels like he's gonna die out here in the desert with critical info on the RF cult. But Joe finds him and picks him up and brings him to a shack. After Joe waits for, Kirb to heal a little bit, Kirb tells Joe that he's going to Bend City to run away from all this cult stuff, and says that the cult will never come to Bend City. Wink, wink. Joe understands and says that he will protect the world from Frederick. Cowboy Kirb decides to take his horse rather than the luxury train made by Flame Inc. and rides into the sunset with a picture of Cowboy Kirb, Frederick, and Joe all together as kids, all smiling. And after looking at that, Cowboy Kirb sheds one last tear in the good old West.